but we can stop here and we can be satisfied because we beat Arsenal, even if we know they are doing really well. But next game is coming quick, so we have to put our heads in the next game straight away and be ready for that one.
What about the first Arsenal goal? What's your opinion on it? Should it have been allowed?
I don't know honestly. Normally when the keeper goes down, I think we should stop the game. But mistakes happens. Players made mistakes. I don't know if the referee made or not, but even if that is a mistake from the referee, it can happen, and we have to carry on. Obviously, at the moment it's really hard for us, but football is like that.
Cristiano Ronaldo goals number, I don't know if you know, 800 and 801 in his professional career tonight.
What's saying about that is incredible. We all know that. He's proving game by game, year by year, season by season that he wants to keep being the best. He wants to be the best, and that's what he did.
Do you think maybe being left out at the weekend motivated him a little bit tonight?
No, I don't.
If he needs any more motivation?
No, I don't need that. He knows how to self-motivate himself, so you don't need no one to motivate him. He knows how to do, and he will carry on scoring goals.
And what can you say about Michael Carrick in this interim spell? It finishes now, but 2 wins and a draw.
I've said to him, in the future if he gets that chance. He knows how to speak. He knows a lot of football. He was one of that great players that not a lot of people talk about. But for what I've seen, for me, he can be a top coach.
Now Ralph Rangnick comes in. Have you met the coach? An idea of his vision and what he's going to bring?
Not yet. Tomorrow, I think he will come tomorrow in. That's what people has said to us at the club. So now is a new beginning and a new start. But every game is a new beginning, a new start for us. And as I said before, this is a great win, and we have to carry on for the next one.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bruno Fernandez, we'll meet Ralph.
Look, I always think when a manager goes, that the staff probably should go with him, so I'm not totally surprised at that. And you know what, when he's had a taste of it, these 2 or 3 games, he might think, right, I'm ready to go and do it now. He's had a lot of experience, he's been doing it for 2 or 3 years, he's worked under Jose Mourinho. Okay, the last 2 or 3 years under Ole, which, towards the end didn't work out great, but he's got good experience, and it might be a chance for him now. As Bruno spoke really well of him there, he said he spoke well and he's enjoyed playing for him, so this could be a chance for him to go and get a job, go on his own. Coaching's a stressful job, honestly. What he's been doing for the last 3 or 4 years is 24/7. There's no break from it. So he might just have a little break with his family. As soon as he retired, he went straight into the coaching. But look, from what you've seen the last 2 or 3 games, he's been quite feisty as a manager as well in the interviews. So look, he might just fancy a go himself now.
He said in a statement, I've given it a lot of thought and I've decided that now is the right time for me to leave Manchester United.
I think it's, from his point of view, what that says to me is that people saying, who picked the team for Chelsea? And I believe it was him now, because he obviously knows what he wants in his mind. He believes that he should be leaving now. I agree with Paul. I think if he's there with Ollie and it's not worked out for Ollie, he's steadied the ship until his fellas come in, and then he's left as soon as he can, because he's an honourable man by the looks of things. And I also agree with Paul when he says that he probably feels like, yeah, I think I could probably do this. I think it's a great move on his part, because I think he walks out with his head held high, and the fact that people can't point their fingers at him saying that he's trying to hang around when the manager he's with there before has left. I quite like this move from Michael.
Okay, let's talk to another one of Paul's former teammates at Old Trafford. Peter Schmeichel is waiting for us, and so I was going to ask you about the game and all kinds, but before we do that, your immediate reaction: Michael Carrick has left the club.
Yeah, it's a bit quick. The game's just finished, and then that's the news that's circulating around Old Trafford now. I can't really add too much to what Scholes and Wright is saying there. It is an opportunity for him. He's shown the world of football that he can be in that position. He's learned a lot over the last couple of years. And going back to coaching, having had a little bit of taste of management, it might be difficult. And of course, with a new manager which has what the rumours are saying, he's a different style to what he's been used to, it might be the right time for him. So he's done really well, I think, in the last 3 games. The players are speaking really highly about him for his ability as a coach. I wish him all the best, and thank you very much for what he did tonight.
And of course, as Paul says, he's had a close association with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, hasn't he? He may think, as Paul says, I've steadied the ship now, but if Ole's got to go, then so am I.
Yeah, it was interesting what he said when he was named interim manager, until the real interim manager came in his first press conference. He said, well, I've worked with Ole, I agree with Ole, I'm not going to be very different to what Ole did. So even there, he kind of felt that he was going to do this, and once someone else was in place, he probably would step down.
Does it make sense when you break it down like that?
Yeah, I think it was shit now. I've been here for what, 4 or 5 years. Now it's my turn to really go and give it a go. Whether there's a job out there for him now, I'm not sure. But I think it's nice just to take a little break with the family, as I said. This job is so hard, and I've done it not very often. 3 or 4 weeks, maybe 5 or 6 weeks at a time, and it's 24/7. I see Peter laughing there. I don't think Pete did it. It's 24/7 hours. It takes over your life, and you're non-stop thinking about it. So I think it'd be good for him to have a little break, then try and find his way back into it in football management. And I think it'd be good from what the players say. Michael's a good lad. He's a really good lad, honourable lad, and he's done. It's a little bit sad as well, because he's been at this club for a long time.
Well, that was my next point. You see that on social media: a player, a coach, and a manager. 11 major trophies, Peter.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. It's my sentiment as well. This is one of our own. He's had such a great career since he came to Manchester United. His contribution to this club is you can't put words to that. And it's a little bit sad that one of our own are leaving the club. But as I said before, good luck to him. He is going to go out there, and he's going to get more experience as a manager. And maybe one day he'll return as the manager of this football club. And it has been quite interesting today to actually sit. I sat next to the Arsenal box, so I've seen the 2 technical areas today, and looking at Michael Carrick being out there, and he looked like somebody who was in control of the team. That he's a captain of the ship, which is something which I have missed a little bit at the Manchester United, that the manager was out there in the technical area, being in control. So every time the players, they looked to the technical area, the manager would be there, and they would say, well, we've got somebody who's controlling or in charge of us. He was there, and he looks like a manager. So, it's sad, but, I wish him all the best of luck, and hopefully he'll return to football very soon.
Indeed. Stay there, Peter. Back with you very shortly. Indeed, you were talking about captains there. Let's hear from the current one, who is digesting the news as well. Here is Harry Maguire.
But I have to speak to you first about the announcement that Michael Carrick is leaving Manchester United. What's your reaction as captain?
Yeah, obviously, it just focuses in the dressing room, an emotional dressing room really, because he's been a big part of this club for a numerous amount of years now, and as a player but also as a coach. He's obviously had no time off since his retirement, so he said he wanted to spend a bit of time with his kids. But listen, he's been a great player for this club, legend of the club, and won everything at the club, and he's been a fantastic servant in terms of his coaching, and he's a really likeable man in terms of the lads all respect him, and he's been amazing with each and every one of us. So we're going to miss him. Of course, we're going to miss him, and we wish him well for the future.
When did you first hear about it? Just now in the dressing room?
Yeah, big shock to us. Obviously, he came in, we spoke about the game, and then he said at the end of it, he doesn't want it to be about himself, but he's leaving and he's stepping down. So, yeah, first time I know, obviously, was 10 minutes ago. You probably found out before me, but yeah, I think the United fans have seen them singing at the end, and singing his name, and he deserves that. He's going to be welcome at this club whenever he wants, and I'm sure the fans will always chant his name.
I was going to ask you if he was an option for permanent manager, considering the way the last 3 matches have gone as well. He's done a brilliant job. Let's talk about the result tonight. That's a really, really important win for your team, isn't it?
Yeah, it's huge. I think a lot better performance than the last 2 games have been. Villarreal was a tough game. We knew how important the result was. We didn't play really well with the ball, and again on Sunday against Chelsea we wasn't good enough with the ball, but we got a good result and we took it out. Tonight I felt like we deserved the victory. We played a lot more in the front foot with a higher tempo. The fans got right behind us. It was a great night at Old Trafford.
I'm not sure what's left to say about Cristiano Ronaldo really, but every now and then he produces a stat that reminds us just how important a football player he is. 800 career goals for him tonight. Is there anything left to say really?
Yeah, you can't, words can't put into perspective in terms of what he's done in his football career. An amazing player, an amazing man to have around the dressing room, and he's come up with 2 big goals for us again on an important night, so I'm sure we'll get many more from now to the end of the season.
And I'm really sorry this interview is longer than normal considering there's so many talking points, but your new interim manager Ralph Rangnick in the stands tonight. How much are you looking forward to getting going playing under him, and what sort of impression do you think your team has made in front of the new boss tonight?
Yeah, of course, we're really looking forward to it. Obviously, I'm sure he'll come in with fresh ideas, and we're looking forward to tomorrow morning where we'll meet him for the first time. I don't think no one's been in contact with him because he wanted to focus on the game. He knew how important the game was, so it's good to get the 3 points in front of him, and I'm sure lots of positive performances out there individually and as a team, and lots to work with. So we know we can do better, we know we can improve, and that's the aim, and that's what we look to do for the rest of the season now.
Thank you, Harry.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll come to Ralph Rangnick in a moment, but big news, Michael Carrick telling the players immediately after the game, it's a strange scenario, you just won a big game. You'll find that out, isn't it? But nothing surprised you in football, I suppose?
No, nothing surprises you, does it, I suppose. And look, Michael's he was a magnificent, brilliant player. Love playing with him. He's a really good lad. Everybody will like him, trust me. And you say that when you talk about it, I do actually feel he should have gone with Ollie. I said that last week.
Yeah.
And I do feel a little bit sad now, actually, that he is leaving the club. But I can understand why. And the players will be sad as well, because they'll know what a nice fella he is. Harry spoke so well of him there. Bruno Fernandez spoke well of him. It's a sad night, but sometimes you have to move on. We've all had to leave this brilliant football club at some point, and trust me, it is a sad day, and I'm sure Michael it'd be emotional tonight, I would have thought, and players as well will be gutted, but as you say with football, you lose mates at your football club all the time. The day after it's gone, it's finished, you've got to get on with it, and with a new coach coming in, I think he's got a big job on his hands, but let's hope he can sort the squad of players out.
Yeah, you know what it's like, and so too do you, Pete. I mean, Michael Carrick has been there since 2006 as a player and as a coach, and obviously recently, as the last 15 years of his life at Manchester United, he'll wake up in the morning and he won't be there anymore.
Yeah, it sounds like he needs a break. It's a long time to be at one place, and especially
Well, a club
in
of
this
that size, as you say, with the expectation as